This week, for the lick of the week, we're going to actually do something a little bit different. We're going to be doing more about rhythm guitar parts that you can play with two guitar players in a blues shuffle, like a lump kind of feel. Yeah, and the notation's going to be there for both guitar parts. Bottom part, which is that, which is the more straightforward part, and then the top part, which will be something that, it's kind of all the little extra noodly stuff you hear on top, in older blues records. We're going to be taking licks out of a song like Shake Dancer by Little Walter. And my special guest here, Tom Harkenrider, is back, and he's going to give you some of the really cool 50s Chicago-style top guitar playing.
If you're playing a lump, a spread, a crank, any sort of shuffle, and you're playing with a second guitar player, I've talked about in the past, you don't want to be redundant, you don't want to play the same thing as the other guitar player. My favorite period of Chicago blues is the mid-50s, like Little Walter, Jimmie Rodgers, and what was so cool about that is most of that was all two guitar stuff. Some of the stuff didn't even have bass, but what I liked was the little nuances that, say, like Robert Lockwood or Luther Tucker would put underneath Little Walter or Sonny Boy. And what I liked more than anything was it was almost like rhythm solos. And so what I did when I was playing with Mark is I was just taking some segments out of a song called Shake Dancer, Little Walter tune. Probably the most important song for learning how to back up a harmonica player. And what I was trying to do today is I want to just illustrate that very simply. If someone's playing a bottom, well, you could very easily just take an E chord and go. So it'd be one and you'd be flattening it and hitting the 6 right there. So it'd coincide with the higher register of the E. E5, E6, E6. So what the effect I get is something like me and Mark just played, was going. Carried that all the way through the 4 and the 5. So when I hit the 4 chord, I pretty much play the E like I did up here. Looks like an F chord. And do the same thing. Back to the E. And I'll do the same thing on the 5 chord as well. It's important to have the right attack, though. It can't be just... So what I try to do is I try to have a snap with my right hand. I go. It almost feels like a marching drum. So there's a percussive element. So with two guitars working together, it sounds fuller than really what it was. And that might have been because there was no bass player. So those two guitar players, were like a big piano player. So anyway, this is what I like. If someone was playing a box or any sort of shuffle. Right hand. Do my left one more time so you can see how I lift